Okay, now I'm going to do just a few more examples going over the sum, difference, and constant multiple rules, just to really drive home the point. So again, the sum rule says if I want to take the derivative of sum of functions, so I'm taking the derivative of the sum x to the fourth plus x to the 1/2, then the rule says I can just take the derivative of each one of those pieces separately and then add up the result. So this is the derivative of x to the fourth plus the derivative of x to the 1/2. And so when I take the derivative of each one of those pieces separately, I get 4x cubed plus 1/2 x to the minus 1/2. And I guess the tricky point there is that if you take 1/2 and subtract 1, you get a negative 1/2 there. But this would be the answer. You could simplify that a little bit more. If you wanted to get a positive exponent, you could make it 1/2 times the square root of x. But that's more than I'm expecting in this video. Okay, now the difference rule here, we want to apply the difference rule because we have a difference here. It says that we should take the derivative of x to the 5th minus the derivative of x cubed. So in this case, we get 5x to the 4th minus 3x squared. Okay, and in the last example, we're going to have to apply the sum, difference, and the constant power rules all at one time. So this says that we're going to take the derivative of, and if we're using the constant multiple rule, that says that we're going to have 5 out front, and then the derivative of x squared minus 3 times the derivative of x, and then plus the derivative of 7. I mean, I guess you could pull that as 7 times the derivative of 1, but either way, the derivative of a constant is 0. So this is going to end up being 5 times 2x, that's 10x, minus 3 times the derivative of x. Derivative of x is 1, because you can think of this as being x to the 1. So when you bring the power out front, you get 1x to the 1 minus 1 is 0. So I guess I could write that as 1 times x to the 0, if that helps. And of course, x to the 0 is 1. And then finally, the derivative of 7 is 0 because it's a constant. So you can think of that as 7x to the 0. So when you follow the general power rule, the 0 comes out front. Write this way. I'm taking the derivative of this. You got to look at that as being 0 times x to the 0 minus 1. 0 times anything is 0. Okay, so the simplified answer here is 5 times 2x is 10x minus 3. And that would be our final answer there. Okay, hopefully that helps.